Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm greeting you for good evening in regards to East African time. But simply, I could as well say good morning, good afternoon, regardless of basing on the fact that people are coming from different regions of the country and different regions of the world globally. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you for tonight's presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you one of our very own, Hamna Mwendo, who is an enthusiast as well, and a special grade when it comes to the space of blockchain. She's well knowledgeable. She's been around this for quite a time, and attention, welcome with me. Kick it off from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Seimo, for those remarks. I would like to welcome each and everyone on this platform today, and I appreciate that the time that you have put aside to be with us today. I hope and I pray that what I'm yet to share is insightful to all of you, to the ones that you have invited today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your presenter, Mwendo Hamna, just as Simo just previously introduced. Thank you very much for that introduction, Simo. I welcome all of you who are on platform today, and I would like to appreciate that you took the time to be with us right now. Today I'm here to avail an opportunity that you will find to your liking, and I believe it will add to your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I avail to you CashTelex. So, what is CashTelex? CashTelex is a Pan-African financial company operating on blockchain that has tokenized its assets and offered them to the African community for the course of uplifting its stakeholders' life. So what is CashTelex? It's an African company. It's a financial company which has put its shares out there in small tokens so that people in the African community are able to get as much as they can. This is why, because CashTelex is a Pan-African company. In 3 to 5 years, CashTelex is looking at a mission statement of empowering at most 1 million African households. Ladies and gentlemen, it can go further. It can go further. But why are we empowering African households? Because if you take a further look back, African communities have been challenged when it comes to putting food on the table, putting clothes to people, like clothing people, accommodation, and health services. So CashTelex is here to put a change to that. How is it doing that? It's putting out its shares in small pieces that you and I can get shares. You and your relatives, you and your friends, you and your siblings, you and your loved ones can acquire shares, ladies and gentlemen. On screen right now, I'm trying to show you that many companies have been in existence. CashTelex is yet to join them, but CashTelex is bringing difference to table. Why? CashTelex wants you to acquire shares. Unlike all those companies which are on screen, CashTelex is here to make a difference. Just as I previously said, our mission statement looking from 3 to 5 years, we would like African communities to hold as less as $10 passive income on the daily. Ladies and gentlemen, take a situation whereby whether you work or you don't, you work smart, you will have $10 coming into your account. Why? Because you took the decision to invest in CashTelex. Why should you own CashTelex? Why should you, who is listening, own CashTelex? Why should I, who is presenting this, own CashTelex? First of all, we are looking at the daily passive income. When you take the initiative today to put your money into CashTelex, you are looking at the possibility of earning a daily passive income of at most $10 on a daily basis. Financial security and freedom on your money. This is something that I would like to elaborate on because of recently, I had my client asking for a ticket. He was heading to Heathrow. It was a return ticket. So he was supposed to pay in cash. And he walked into some certain bank that I won't be naming. He walked into the bank. He was there to withdraw money from his account, his money that he put there. Oh my God, there was just a lot of bureaucracy involved. There was a lot of paperwork just to get a hold of his own money. That aside, he had to go with someone. He was scared that maybe when he gets the money, he may be robbed, you know? So CashTelex is here to let you know that you'll have financial security on your money and the freedom to access your money from anywhere in the world. We are looking at the 401k plan, which is commonly called the retirement plan. So most of us are out here working in the public sector, but we don't know what's next. So what happens after you have worked your 9 to 5 and you're clicking the edge of, let me talk 45, 65, 45 is a bit early, 65. So when you click 65, of course, your employment will be like, Hamna, I think it's high time that you look at next plan. You know, you're not effective as you used to be when you're in your 20s. So CashTelex is here to give you the plan B, which is also the 401k called the retirement plan, that you're going to be investing your money in CashTelex with the hope of looking at a retirement plan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, also CashTelex, among its products that it will be delivering to the market when we start rolling fully, we shall have loans which are interest-free. We have seen many homes go broken just because of the loans. Loans can tear apart families. Why? Because at most, if they give you money, they expect you to return it with interest. And at times, the interest may go higher than what you expected. So CashTelex is here to let you know that they'll be providing loans with the benefit of it not having interest. We are looking at insurance when you invest with CashTelex, looking at accessibility of money from anywhere in the world. Pardon me about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I was still elaborating why you should invest with CashTelex. As I was saying, we looked at the 401k plans, we looked at the return. We looked at the 401k plans. We looked at the after the 9 to 5s, what next? So here is how all of that is going to be possible. We shall have the CashTelex exchange, which is already in place. It is running 24/7. As here it's night, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, we have the CashTelex exchange, which is already in motion. For those who have been buying CashTelex using our exchange, you see where this is going to go. So it's a milestone that with the right people, we shall be proceeding. And who are the right people? It is you, and it is I who are investing. So I highly urge you to purchase as many shares as you can. Next in question, we have the real estate. As I previously said, most cryptos survive with speculation, but CashTelex is here to bring that to a difference. It's telling you that kindly invest with us. What do we have to offer? We are having our crypto, which is going to have a real estate, which means that if the system isn't if the CashTelex system isn't operating to the hundreds, we shall have the real estate, which will be having tenants come in, tenants go out. Then we shall also be looking at money remittances. We shall be looking at the e-commerce platform, which is already in place. We have it in Play Store for the Android users. Then we have it in App Store for the iOS users. We shall also have a CashTelex gold outlets. Just imagine the possibility. I, as an investor, taking the initiative to purchase shares in the gold stores. At the end of the day, you're looking at a life plan, because as I previously said, for CashTelex could highly be your 401k plan. How? I am going to take my money and buy shares in the gold outlets, which means should anything happen and I die, I could pass those shares to my next of kin. So this will be a lifetime investment, ladies and gentlemen. Onto that, we have the CashTelex mobile wallets, which is already in operation, and also the trading options. Just as I previously said, what benefit would it occur to you being an investor, and a CashTelex investor? You will have a 40% discount. 40% discount if you purchase your products using CashTelex. The CashTelex Go. We have the CashTelex Go as our shopping app. Just as you've seen Jumia, you have seen Gigi. Jumia is in African countries, but CashTelex is here to let you know that it will be global. So just take, for instance, a person in China is purchasing a product, and you and I as a CashTelex investor hold shares in that. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, it will be very beneficial. Then the other thing is CashTelex is guaranteeing you safety and security on all your transactions. Just as I previously mentioned, in my country, I don't know how it applies in other countries, transactions are monitored by a certain organization. So just take, for instance, they see you every day transacting 100 million. Obviously, they will have to question your source of income. But CashTelex is here to give you the guarantee that if you buy your shares with us, you'll hold your transactions and nobody will be out there to see, oh my God, he has transacted these 1 billion today, 2 billions tomorrow. You will have that as your privacy, and it will be secured. And the other thing CashTelex is here to avail you, it will facilitate you with an exchange that operates 24/7 that I have highlighted. You as a holder of CashTelex will have the ability to buy and sell CashTelex and other cryptos at the best rates. Take, for instance, all goes well, which it will, CashTelex will be able to trade other pairs. You will be able to trade CashTelex Dogecoin, because we already have a BTC CTLX in the exchange for those who have checked it out. So we shall have to, at some point, CashTelex UGX, or CashTelex the Nigerian Naira, or CashTelex Yen. Who knows what the future holds? First, I highly urge you to hold and stock as many shares as you can. So ladies and gentlemen, on screen is a projection by our guys in the math department. They took the initiative to highlight that, take for instance, in the first year of operation of CashTelex, you hold as much as 100 shares, and just one share is valued at $5. You will be holding at most 500 USD in CashTelex at a minimal rate, because this was just something that was minimal. It can be 3,700, but don't limit yourself. Who knows what the future holds? It can go as far as 380 UGX. So you'll be having at most 1.8 UGX value of CashTelex. So I highly urge you to stock as much as you can. Let me take this with an example of land. You have purchased land in an area which is not more populated, which is not lotly civilized. So let's say you're purchasing it in an area which is still forestry. Then something like 3-5 years down the road, the area becomes developed. Obviously, shops will start congesting the area. There will be roads construction. So the value that you bought the land at, let's say you bought the land at 2 million, it won't be the same value that you'll be selling the land at. You will go as high as selling it 20 million, 30 million, depends on what you as a person want. So this takes you back to CashTelex. Right now, you're going to purchase CashTelex at a small billing. Who knows what the future holds? CashTelex goes up in value. How happy will you be? So ladies and gentlemen, I, myself, and you, my fellow investor, urge you to purchase as much shares as you can. So what is needed for you to be the next investor? For identification purposes, we shall need your national ID. It can be a driving permit. It can be your passport. Where are we requesting for these documents? Because We need you to prove you are who you are. Right now, as I said, CashTelex is open to the African community. So what shows you're African? It can be your national ID, your passport, or your driving permit. Then the other thing is I will require a functional email address, because when you're setting up your CashTelex account, we require of your email address. Then lastly, an initial deposit of as small as $60. Let that not limit you. You can be the next millionaire or billionaire and take it to 5,000 USD. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the more you invest, the more you get in returns. Thank you very much for being a very wonderful audience. On screen are our contacts. We also have a social media platform, which is a Telegram. Kindly join it so that you don't miss up on any CashTelex updates. Thank you very much for being a very wonderful audience. I wrap this up by saying, please buy as much CashTelex as you can. If you had the ability to tell what would happen in the future, and hypothetically you saw that CashTelex would be a multi-billion corporation, would you overlook it? Obviously, and get money and buy as much as you can. I thank you very much for being a wonderful audience. To you, I pass the mic, Simo. Simo?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the presentation. It's been a very, very insightful one. Thank you so much for that. I would also want to take this opportunity to thank our audience tonight for their patience, regardless of the hiccups that we've been getting technically. Thank you so much for being a patient audience.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being present today. I hope what I have shared has impacted you positively, and I highly encourage you to stock as much CashTelex as you can. Pardon me. For those who don't have CashTelex, I highly urge you to buy it, because it's a buy while stock lasts opportunity. Once the CashTelex shares are done, you won't be getting them just like that. So please take as much shares as you can. Other than that, this was a very insightful meeting. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, class, for attending. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. Bye for now.